honestly, I do have some bold visions with my man Vasek here. We have some bold visions and goals. We are coming to the point where this fragmentation that we have constantly is actually to some extent hurting us, particularly for players, because players, you know, are hundreds of thousands of players are represented by obviously a group of 10 council members that are part of the structure and the system that is failing us over and over again. And I've been saying this in the past, and I actually said it even when I was in the council. And Vasek knows this because he was there. We shared the council membership for several years together. So the system itself is the key. You know, it's really not about who's the president or the board. We had some good ones. We have some maybe less good ones. But in the end of the day, it's the structure that is not sustainable. And I'm talking from the player's perspective, but not only from player's perspective. I think in general, the structure needs to be alternated. It has to be changed, particularly for players, because players don't have enough power. They don't have enough voice. I think it's fictional that we as players have really a say in the decision-making process on the board. I say fictional because in reality, in the structure, the player board reps are supposed to follow what the council basically says, but it's not the case. Hasn't been the case many times. So already there we have an issue, and then we have an obstacle. And then later on you have, of course, on the board, 3 board reps, and now you have 4 on the player side, and then you have the tournament side, and then you have the chairman and the CEO. And then it's so complex and complicated. I think that, it doesn't need to be, but it is somehow structured in such a way where players are just, not powerful enough, that they're not positioned well, I think. And so I think that the structure itself and of the governing bodies and how the players are positioned in the tennis ecosystem is going to be the key of how we determine the future of the tour and how the tennis world, with all the tournaments and all the different team events, individual events, along with Grand Slams, how that's going to look like. It greatly depends on the player activation. And I feel like with PTPA growing stronger day by day, the players' voices will be stronger and stronger. And ideally, I would want to see PTPA really taking over in representing players, both men and women, on whatever respective tours fully, because we would be then the only, as we are currently, the only organization that holds 100% players' interest in their agenda, in their structure. So we have an opportunity as individual athletes with PTPA as our platform to fight to make sure that we have what we deserve to have.